I'm telling them that I can't breathe. Clearly he don't give a damn about my plea. His ancestors used to hang us on trees. Today they identify as road police. You see I'm black, for that I'm a threat to America. My rise is their fall and their fall is evident. Blood on your hands is heavier than an elephant. Open up America's closet and season us for walking, killing us for...
What's up, everyone? Hi, I'm the 20th. Welcome back to Reunite Sandy Speaks. Thank you for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell for notification. Again, I'm the 20th, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks. And if it's your first time here, Reunite Sandy Speaks is about liberating Black people from the bondage that we've been in our entire lives. We are going to highlight the white supremacist collective conscious and demonstrate that they're two Americas and that America has broken its promise to Black people. Again, I am the 20th, and my purpose is to liberate Black people. And today, you guys, we're going to talk about something that's kind of sad. Actually, it's very sad. It's tragic. Part of being Black in America. Today, we're going to talk about Quawan Bobby Charles. If you guys don't know, Quawan Charles is a young boy who went missing, I believe it was October 30th, 2020. Beautiful, cutest little kid you would ever see. He went missing on October 30th. His body was found, I believe, November 3rd, 2020. And as the 20th key, I'm offended and I'm appalled that Quawan Bobby Charles hasn't received justice. We know there was a girl, Gabby Petito, who went missing. She went missing a few months ago. And it's been programs and, a lot of coverage, mainstream coverage of Gabby Petito missing. Even the JonBenet Ramsey, this baby girl has been dead for 20 years. And they're still doing specials on mainstream media about JonBenet Ramsey, who was found dead in her home. Okay, this pretty young boy, beautiful young boy, cutest little thing, Quawan Bobby Charles, was maliciously beat, and found dead. I believe it's Baldwin, Louisiana. If I'm incorrect, I'll put it in here correctly. This is a state in Louisiana. And again, if you watch my previous videos, my goal is to have an update to the 14th Amendment, to have Black people deemed a protected class, because we need protection against the white supremacist collective conscious that's prevailing in America and has been since they brought us here. And so what we're going to demonstrate here on Reunite Sandy Speaks is that there's two Americas, one for Black people and one for white people. And if you recall, we are going to be referring to the 14th Amendment. You know what? I want to read this to you again just really quickly. I've got my notes. You guys bear with me. The 14th Amendment, the Equal Right Clause says again, please follow along because this is important. The Equal Protection Clause is the first part of the first section of the 14th Amendment to the United States. The clause, which took effect in 1868, over 150 years ago. This 14th Amendment was enacted to protect Black people after the Civil War, after we were supposedly freed from slavery. It says, nor shall any state deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. It mandates that individuals in similar situations be treated equally by the law. If one citizen receives a specific standard of care, all citizens should receive an equal standard of care. That's my part, okay? Well, that's what I'm saying to you. If one citizen receives a specific standard of care, all citizens should receive a specific standard of care. If you're following along with Reunite Sandy Speaks, I really urge you to get familiar with the 14th Amendment, because this is what I think is going to have a heavy weight on liberating Black people. Below, I'm going to link. It's a program called Amend on Netflix, but they also have one of the episodes, the most important episode, linked below on YouTube. So I'm going to link that below. And I'm so sorry, when I do these videos during the day, I never realize how busy the street is. It's always noisy, so please bear with me. So again, today we are going to talk about getting justice for Quawan Bobby Charles. I'm hesitant to post his photo, but black people, this little boy was beat beyond recognition. He was 15 years old. And as much as we want to turn a blind eye and not deal with the inhumane treatment of black people, y'all, I keep telling you, they're not going to free us. If you're looking for white people to free us, they're not going to free us. Only we are going to be able to liberate ourselves. I don't want to get into too much of a philosophical aspect of it, but I'm a good person. I love everybody, and I believe in treating people equally. But when we look at the masses, if a certain group of people are in control, and they've been in control, is it realistic to believe that they're reluctant to let go of their control? And I don't like spending a whole lot of time on the white supremacist part of it. The white supremacist part of it is we acknowledge it. It is the basis for when United Sandy speaks. There is a white supremacist collective conscious. Okay? And so I'll link another video below to America's. There's multiple videos. America's Broken Promise. I've got several videos that I've made that is detailing the white supremacist collective conscious. And again, that means that white people are superior and that black people are inferior. That white people are in control and we are second-class citizens. And so you guys get stuck on, well, this is their system, this is their structure. Listen, that's why it's important to have an education. Education is more than just get a job. You learn about history. Things evolve and they change. And they change, hopefully, for the better. We were slaves, right? That's what we came here as slaves. Oftentimes, when we look at the system, in many areas of the system, in employment, and in different industries, things are created for white people, right? And so, under the 14th Amendment, I'm going to read to you again, the Equal Protection Clause says, nor shall any state deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. It mandates that individuals in similar situations to treat equally by the law. So although white people have that white privilege, I just don't want you to be of the mind that that can't change. And if we continue to think that they are the majority and they're going to rule, we're going to remain in bondage. I don't think that way. I believe everything happens in divine order. And it's my purpose to liberate black people. There's no reason why we do not deserve to live in harmony and have liberty, happiness, pursue, a life like any other American citizen. And as we know, America has its foot on our neck. Right? And so, I go on my little tangent. Let me go back to Quawan Bobby Charles. This video is about what happened to Quawan Bobby Charles. Why haven't we heard any mainstream media? Why isn't anyone investigating the death of Quawan Bobby Charles? He died mysteriously. We know Gabby Petito was more than likely, allegedly, slain by her boyfriend. JonBenet Ramsey, she mysteriously was found dead in her home. And again, for 20 years, we are seeing news programs have done multiple programs investigating the death of JonBenet Ramsey. And the point that I'm trying to make is a white child's life more important than a black child? And if you think, yeah, you watch my videos, I'm demonstrating to you that in America, white people's life is valued more than black people. And so, what are we going to do? We have to change that. And my solution for changing that is through legislation. I also want to talk about some other stuff really quickly. So I'm going to talk about Quawan Bobby Charles and what's important to know about Quawan Bobby Charles. Quawan Bobby Charles went missing on October the 3rd, 2020. His mother reported him missing, I believe, to the Quawan police. Their response to her was, he's probably at the football game. His body was found dead, badly brutalized on November the 3rd, 2020. In, I believe, Liberia Parish. It's my understanding that a woman named Janet Irving took Bobby Charles, Quawan Bobby Charles, keep on calling him Bobby, because he looks like a Bobby with his cute self. Quawan Bobby Charles from his home without his parents' permission. Okay? And he was found dead. And so what we want to focus on is, did the authorities treat Quawan Bobby Charles as if he was a white child? It's my understanding that earlier that year that a young white girl went missing and immediately an Amber Alert was issued. Right? And so is it possible, if his body was found 3 days later, is it possible if the Baldwin police handled Quawan Bobby Charles' case with the same diligence and standard as they would a white person, would Quawan Bobby Charles still be living? Okay? And so, you guys, briefly I'm going to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. The biggest issue with Kyle Rittenhouse, if you don't understand, is his case created precedents. I always say it wrong. Precedents. Okay? Precedents. Okay? The law is about, common law is about, we follow, if a judge made a ruling, that is the law. Those are the standards that we live by, unless we find other reasons to change the law or to have a different ruling. Okay? So it's something that's called precedents. So in the case of black people, what we need to start doing is creating precedents. We need to create cases that's demonstrating that there is a prevailing white supremacist collective conscience, that black people need additional protection under the law. And we need additional protection that's very clear and concise in its verbiage about the protection of black people. Okay? So Bobby Quawan Charles, Quawan Bobby Charles was beaten. Okay? And you guys, please follow me with this. He was beaten. Even if you don't, if you're not a black person, someone beat that child beyond recognition. That was an evil, savage person. That person should be walking around. That person is a threat to society. An animal shouldn't have been beat like that. And we all know that many times, America, there's some people in America that think that we're less than animals. And our life value is less than what the value of a dog, you know, or other animals. We see that America puts a lot of effort toward protecting animals. Sometimes seems like more than they do us human beings, black people. Okay, and so I want to talk about getting justice for Quawan Bobby Charles. I want to talk about holding those people accountable who were in charge, the people we in charge to protect and maintain order and civility in our country. Also to the culprit that beat Quawan Bobby Charles. So like I said, I talked about this in Two Americas. One of the issues with why we still suffer these injustices is that the powers that be do not always okay, so if something happens in an employment, like you work at a company and you are discriminated against, right? Or you have an issue at a store and you're being treated unfairly, you have to go through the proper channels to demonstrate that you were abused. And usually you need an attorney to do so. I talk about Into America, I'm going to link it below. One of the reasons why we suffer so much and we're not receiving justice, because that costs money. These people who are supposed to help us want to be compensated for those things. Ben Crump, Lee Merritt, all these civil rights attorneys are being compensated in the cases of police brutality because they have deep pockets that they can, recover money from. The police department, the government. Okay? But when it's other cases that might not be so cut and dry, might not lead to compensation, people don't care. I don't want to, I get in these tangents. Y'all talk to me, y'all know the 20th, and I keep telling y'all one of our problems is we money chasing. We chasing the dollar. And I understand the importance of money. Money buys you opportunity. I get that. Money has its place in society. But you guys have to understand and know our lives are more important than money. Okay? Freedom is more important. And if you disagree with me, you can go ahead and leave a comment. Let's talk about it. These things keep happening to us because we are not taking our time as a group in fighting for those who need help. Quawan, Bobby Charles' mother, my heart is broken for her. If you guys know me, Elijah McClain, see, I have children. My son, what I know is that could be my children. Okay? And I know that. What I'm thinking about, for me, if this woman, her son was murdered, beaten, beyond belief. And and what I believe, I think that possibly that this woman is married to a white man. I think his stepfather was maybe a white guy. And y'all, if y'all feel some way about that, y'all know my story. I was married to a white guy too, and so who maligned me, a white guy who used my race against me and ruined my life. Okay, so what I want you guys to be understanding of, this black woman lost her child and no one cares. And she knows that this probably happened and it could have been prevented, but it happened because he was a black child. Someone beat this black child beyond recognition because they knew they could beat a black child in Louisiana and not suffer from it, not have a consequence. And I want to get to the meat and potatoes because I get stuck into the emotion of you guys. And please don't leave me because I fall into this place. I am clinically depressed. And I'm fighting for my own liberation and my own justice. What I know is this woman cannot fight by herself. She can't, in order for her to fight for her child's life, for the person who murdered her child to be held accountable, she has to go through all these different channels in America. And that's actually what I want to get to. And I kind of want to use it, my own situation. Okay? I am struggling with calling out these three racist judges. Okay? The three racist judges in my case, Judge Sarah Heidel, Judge Lawrence Riff, and Judge Bruce Awasaki. This is about my case. Okay? I have been fighting to expose these people for over a year. And all the different channels that are supposed to help me, checks and balances in America, they are part of the white supremacist collective conscious. Let me be clear about that. In America, if a black person has a dispute with a non-black person, it is an unspoken rule that the black person will not win. That we will create the dynamic, we will frame the situation that the black person loses. Okay, that's happening. Even those people that I employed, that I paid to help me, are bringing me harm. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to put this video in here of Bobby Quawan Charles's family. I believe it's his aunt, and he's going to the sheriff's department. Now they're at the sheriff's department. Guys, I want you to watch and see this. Listen to me. And you know what? I know many of us are desensitized, but I believe many of us are desensitized, but I believe we all are humane. And some of us have less humanity because of how we lived in our lives, and some of us are desensitized and we've struggled so much that we're like, I don't care about them. I got my own problems. My own child was murdered. I've been raped in my whole life. I got my own issues. So we're desensitized. But I want to talk about the video I'm going to put in here. These are sheriff people. This is what's appalling to me. I hate to keep on focusing on law enforcement, but what I'm trying to say to you, the law enforcement is not just law enforcement don't care about black people. It's not just law enforcement abuse black people. It's not only that law enforcement abuse their power against black people. My position is America abuse black people. That we are secondary. That we are made to feel inferior. We are treated inferior. So you guys look at this video. This video is the family members are at the sheriff department about the death of their child. If you're a human and you're in law enforcement, you're going to think, oh my goodness, these people are on high alert. They're under a lot of stress. They are heartbroken. They're in shock. Let me handle this with kid gloves. A child was beaten to death. I become a sheriff or a police officer because I'm a civil servant. It is my position and my job to help those, to maintain law. Right? Y'all peep this. Peep this.
And who are you?
I'm the attorney for the sheriff.
Okay, you the attorney for the sheriff. I'm the advocate for my aunt and Kitty.
Well, if the
So
sheriff,
I can't be in there with them.
if the sheriff doesn't want you in there, you're not going in.
Okay, well we want them out here.
Yes, you want to
So go ahead.
So first off, I don't appreciate you. First of all, y'all all three in a mask, but let me start there.
Exactly.
Because we have to have what's coming.
Exactly.
Why don't y'all stay right at the door?
We don't have to say that. This is a public facility.
Then why are you complaining about me wearing
Not
a
having a mask because it's a public facility and I had to have one to get in the building.
Okay.
So, number two, you walked out and said, get them out of here. Who's the video referring to? Saying, what's the reason that you would have them removed from a public building?
Because y'all are causing a disturbance.
What is
Yeah, that's what
Which
I'm
raise
saying.
up your voice.
Which one? Which one?
You come out, raise your voice.
What's your name?
Okay. Steve Elledge.
Who's the Elledge?
So what do you want me to do?
Okay, you guys, so you saw that, right? You saw how she was treated? And so, I'm sorry, I'm always emotionally affected by this. As time goes on, you guys, I'm going to be in better control of my emotions. But it's upsetting to me because if you're a police officer, if you're a sheriff, and you know a child was murdered and beaten to the extent in which he was murdered, as a human being, what is normal and natural, a natural response for the death of a child? Are these sheriffs not trained to deal with issues of such nature, sensitive nature? Or do they not have training? Or is it black people don't matter? Like he says, you're being disruptive. No. If you're a sheriff, you should have training to de-escalate. You say, oh, you know what, so, ma'am, listen, the sheriff's in there talking. If you guys can have a seat, we'll see what we can do. That's how you talk to people. Okay? Look at the demeanor of this officer. Look how he talked to her. Her nephew was beaten beyond recognition. And listen to me, you guys, black people, because I'm an emotional human being. I'm not going to never lose my humanity. It's part of who I am. But I need you guys to come fuck with me. Because I got this. I promise you. See, that wasn't okay. And I keep on lecturing you guys because I'm afraid that many of you think, like even my own son, there's another black child dead, another black boy slain, another human or black life that no one cares about. Because they have created this dynamic. Y'all know the 20th and y'all arguing we fight and y'all be in the room talking about anti-black and anti-black. No. We need to recognize what's happening. And we need to create a constructive plan that's going to liberate us. They do not have to like us. They can maintain their position if they don't like black people. Okay? See, I need you guys to understand, this is about civil rights. America is built on a body of laws. Laws dictate how we live in this society. The 14th Amendment was enacted to ensure that black people were treated fairly and equally. Okay? In 1868. If I'm saying the years correctly, it's been over 150 something years. And you know, you might have think, oh, well, we made some progress. But we haven't made enough progress. So if we haven't made enough progress, what do we need to do to ensure progress? When the white guy married, when he's driving down the street, fucked up drunk, he's not scared if a police comes behind him. He puts this is the white person I was married to. He'll put gum in his mouth, he chills, and he drives. If a black person is driving sober or whatever, have not committed a crime, and the police pulls up behind him, immediately he has fear. That's living in America. And so what I'm here to say to you, if you are of the mind, that's the life we live. That's America. You need to change how you feeling what you're thinking. What I need to do is light a fire up on your ass and have you come rock with me. It's time for liberation. Okay? We need to find out what happened to Quawan Bobby Charles. His first cousin has a page on Instagram. I'm going to put it in here. If you guys can please follow him. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm probably going to do a second part of Quawan Bobby Charles. It's an attorney that is working for the family. I follow him on Tinder. What did I really say that? I follow him on Twitter, and I have him listed on my list as to click. It's Trichell Law Firm, and the lawyer's name is I think his name is Chase. He follows me back on Tinder. Why do I keep saying Tinder? Y'all must see I'm single. I haven't been on Tinder, I swear. His name is Chase Trichell. I'm going to link his law firm below. I'm also going to link a interview that he and Quawan's mom did to give you guys an update of what's going on. Also, his cousin has a change.org request to have the sheriff, let me say this right, to have the sheriff removed. Okay, so let me tell you guys. So here's the goal. We need to make sure that Quawan Bobby Charles gets justice. If the police and the sheriff department were negligent, if the sheriff or the police handled the case of Quawan Bobby Charles at a lower standard, without this proper procedure, or the same procedure we've seen them handle other cases where there are white kids, is my position they are liable. Okay? And so this is going to be a work in progress. We need justice for Quawan Bobby Charles and his mother. And I think this case is a proper case to pursue, to create a precedence. Okay? So black people, I love y'all. ADOS, ADOS, FOY, all the different organizations that are for the advancement of black people, the liberation of black people. We all have different goals and objectives in different ways, but we are for black people. And so I'm hoping you're going to join me on this journey. Reparations is a big deal with certain organizations. Everybody have their goals and objectives. And what I want to say to you, you can have a goal of objective that's on the forefront for you, does not equal to mine. But please don't not mess with me. Come still watch my video. Subscribe to my video. Watch my videos. Comment on my videos. See, they keep doing this to us because they can. This white man I married maligned me. If y'all don't know, I'm homeless. I've been homeless for a year. They stole my $1 million home from me, amongst many other things. But see, I believe everything happens in divine order. So this is my purpose. Okay? And what I looked at and I noticed, I'm in Jim Crow, Los Angeles. Okay? Is that we're still in bondage. And what I discovered, just like the Asians did the Asian bill, they recognize we need legislation. Now, some of you believe reparations, like I'd be on calls where y'all be talking about getting reparations, and you know what? And see, don't take this wrong, okay? When you listen to me, if you disagree, please just open your mind. You can say, I disagree, and that's fine. Just be open to listening to what I'm saying and my perception. Because what I know, we all have different lives. Okay? I've had a lot of things. I've had money at my disposal. Okay? But it's nothing like liberation. Liberation is better than being able to go and spend $200 a dinner. Or to have a nice, expensive watch. Or to live in $1 million home. Liberation is more important to me. And I know oftentimes when you came for nothing, you don't have a lot, you value money. And I'm not trying to take away from if you out here working and striving to have something, have a nice home, and go on vacation, have money in the bank. Yo, that's the American dream, right? It's to live in prosperity, right? In liberty, right? But the fact is, we are on this freaking wheel. We chasing our tail. And what I believe it begins with is legislation, is the law. In the case of Quawan Charles, I believe that someone beat him because he's a black child. And they believe that they could get away with beating him. 3 racist judges maligned me. They're judges in the family court. You research my case, I did nothing. I was just married to a white person who has ties to the family court. And my case on this channel is I married a white guy and 3 racist judges are trying to annihilate me. As of the time that I'm making this video, I still need to update stuff. But why it's important to me that we help Quawan Bobby Charles' mother? Because my life was turned upside down. My home was taken from me. All kind of things have happened. But none of that could match taking my child from me. None of that could match taking my child from me. And the authorities, the people we pay, the taxes we pay, are not out here trying to protect and serve or be, a civil servant to me because I'm black. And I know I get to rambling, you guys, because I'm really I want to be mindful of how I talk to you. And all this freaking noise I hear. I want to be mindful enough to know that I want to compel you. Okay? I am a dreamer. Okay? And honestly, the truth of the matter, everything I ever wanted in my life, I manifested. I manifested because I believed that I could have it. And I deserved it. And it was going to happen. Black people need liberation. Okay? And if you're black, you need to subscribe. You need to come up with me. You just think about that was your little brother. That was your cousin. If that was your neighbor. That was a 15-year-old child someone beat. And to the white people, you should be appalled because some animal, barbaric animal, is loose. Did you see that child's face? Someone beat him like that. That was a deranged animal. I'm going to talk about it more. Quawan Bobby Charles' cousin is on Instagram. I put his pictures, please follow him. He has more content about Quawan Bobby Charles. This is the beginning. One of the things that I want to do, because I'm about to wrap this up, one of the things that I really want to do, you guys, if you guys know, I am crazy about Netflix. I love Netflix. I am going to probably do a video about Netflix. Black people. I don't think when positive things happen, I don't feel like we always give credit. If a company, discriminates against us, does us wrong, demonstrates that we don't matter as a people, we are quick to call them out. I know some stuff about Netflix. What I know about Netflix is my previous life I was in business. And a recruiter told me about Netflix and how they move and what they do. They are very progressive, okay? And they hire the best of the best. I know a lot of black people who are employed in the executive capacity with Netflix. I've watched many different programs produced by Netflix. And y'all, if y'all don't see, Netflix trying to help liberate black people. The 13th, the 14th Amendment, they're teaching you black people, look, they're informing us. It's so much different, great content about being black in America and our history. Not only that, they have tons of programs that, like I just watched True, I hope this is on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix. True Story, I think it was Netflix. Oh God, it was so good. Guys, I hope I'm saying the right program because I have a couple of subscriptions. And passing, Netflix is the truth. Okay, so why am I talking about Netflix so much? I did some research about Netflix and I haven't got the information that I needed. If you guys going to follow along on what happened to Quawan Bobby Charles is going to be the series on Reunite Sandy Speaks. What happened to Quawan Bobby Charles? Below I'm going to list the change.org that his first cousin has on his page. I'm going to link the civil rights attorney that's representing the family of Quawan Bobby Charles. And what I want to do, you guys, in a follow-up video, I want to get Hope request and ask Netflix to have a program investigating the death of Quawan Bobby Charles. And just like John Benet Ramsey, see, I chastise y'all. Y'all go ahead and come for me. I don't care. Okay, I'm a mom. I would chastise y'all ass. Y'all be on Instagram like, oh, they care about the white people. Why ain't they talking about the black people? Because we're supposed to talk about them. We're not supposed to wait for, I keep telling y'all, white people ain't going to free us. Do you guys understand? I was married to this white man for 23 years. And he abused me for 23 years. I spent my life serving this man, trying to be good to him and make him happy. And this man used my race against me. Okay? That's America. That is called the white supremacist collective conscience. If we want to live a harmony and with liberty and the pursuit of happiness equal to that of a white man or a white woman, we have to make it a point. See, I'm not against reparations. We'll probably do that on this channel, but because I was in the room, I'm really into ADOS too. It's I believe it's America's Descendants of Slaves, some kind of slavery. It's called ADOS, and there's a lot of young progressive men, 17 soldiers. So I learned so much about black people. And I love black people, but they're really into the reparations. Their purpose is reparations is another gentleman, another Muslim gentleman talk about reparations. And you guys, I don't know a lot about that. I know that all is like something 18 acres and a mule or something like that. And let me explain. I know the importance of money. I am homeless. 3 judges maligned me. I live in the state of California. According to the state of California, in a divorce, the parties are supposed to live in the lifestyle which they are accustomed to. I have been on food stamps since March of 2019. The person I married makes in excess of $200,000 a year. I have been homeless due to these 3 judges. Okay? And much of my situation relates to the lack of funds and finances. So I understand the importance of money, right? So I don't want to take away from that. I know when I listen to you guys talk about reparations, they want to make us whole and make us even to those who have benefit from our slave labor and from our oppression. I don't know the whole thing about that, but I understand and I respect that. But I also know in this country called America, I can go out and create my own. Okay? Right? I did that. And they took it from me because I'm black. So they can give us all $500,000. But based on the country that we live in, somebody with white privilege can come in who has $10 million and malign us because we're black. I mean, that's a crazy scenario. What I'm trying to tell you is that if we are on an even playing field, we can create our own. We can build our own. The problem is we're not on an even playing field. Listen, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. This is Reunite Sandy Speaks. I need you guys to follow along. Please subscribe. And I'm serious about Netflix. I'm going to investigate Netflix because what I did before I made this video, I researched how to pitch a story to Netflix. One place said you needed a literary agent and different stuff like that. I'll probably drive there. I'm in LA. I'll probably go there myself and find out. I'm going to do a follow-up and find out what we need to do. What I want you guys to do is to help me. If we need to write letters or call Netflix, we're going to ask and request that Netflix make a Quawan Bobby Charles's case a place of importance. Just like they did Britney Spears. You know Britney Spears? Britney Spears was maligned in the same courthouse that maligned me. By the same, not the exact judges, but in the same culture. Britney Spears, y'all may not care about that white girl like she's a rich white girl. Do y'all see? They raped that girl in broad daylight of her millions of dollars. Okay? That's why I tell you, if a person is racist against black people, that has to do with ethic and morals, lack of integrity. If a judge gonna malign me because I'm black, so check out my story. I married a white guy now, 3 racist judges are trying to malign me. See what they did to me. I haven't finished. I'm going to work on that in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to demonstrate to every department, the people who are supposed to police, the judges, the sheriff. I'm exposing everybody. I'm showing you how they malign black people. And this is why it's important to me about Quawan Bobby Charles. She has a white attorney. I think his name is Trichell. Sir, if I'm saying your name wrong, please forgive me. Trichell. His name is Trichell. Yeah, it's this guy on here. His name is Chase Trichell. And he's fighting for Quawan Bobby Charles. And this is a white man. Okay, y'all get mad at me about white people, but see, I tell you, I fuck with white people because I'm not going to brush the entire race with one stroke. Okay, I understand the white supremacist collective conscience. I understand if many of them are in conflict with me, they're going to flex their white privilege. I'm very clear about that. Okay, but I've engaged with white people my whole life, and I've developed great relationships with white people. Okay, The most important one brought me great harm, but this white man is taking the case of Quawan Bobby Charles. What I know, in reality, he's not Ben Crump and he's not Lee Merritt. He's not chasing cases that is going to guarantee him a check. This man is humane, and he's trying to get justice for this black child. See, the thing about white people, and you know, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm in Los Angeles, and people in LA, y'all get mad at me. Y'all been here your whole life, so y'all don't know. Los Angeles is a Jim Crow state. The shit they do in Los Angeles will not happen in North Carolina, in Mississippi, and Louisiana. California is a blue state, but it's racist. Okay? I'm going to talk about that. See, I grew up in New York, but I lived down south. And the point that I'm making about southern states, it is racism. But in southern states, black and white people engage. You know, time has changed. And, you know, white kids are like into like, you know, our culture. And slowly but surely, as time has gone on, attitudes have changed. That's why I ended up marrying a white person. I ended up marrying a white person whose parents were racist. And they were southern racist. They didn't want him to marry a black woman. One died. And I think the guy I married was more concerned about he was worried about, well, I think the guy I married did me so messed up. Because he's worried about his inheritance. And as long as he was married to a black woman, he wasn't going to get his millions of dollars. It's probably, you're like, you know what, I won't touch that. Y'all want to know about my story? Go to Judge Sarah Heidel's a Racist. That's the website. And then on this channel, it's called I Married a White Guy, 3 Racist Judges Are Trying to Annihilate Me. You know, you guys, I know I'll be all over the place. But this guy right here, I want to talk about this gentleman. I'm going to do a link to his firm. It's Trichell Law Firm. And I don't know everything revolutionizing representation. What I'm saying to you guys, there are good white people out there. Y'all come on, I'm laughing, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm on Instagram and I'm in different areas and black people be like, why you marrying a white person? And I laugh because, see, you know, this is a horrible thing happened to me. But I try to make the best of anything that happens, right? There's a group, some black people in America just don't really engage with white people. They go to work, they have their working like relationships, but socially they don't engage with white people. I love people, okay? You guys, I'm a social butterfly. And my whole life, I'm not a racist. I'm not prejudiced. I don't look at a person like, oh, he's white, I'm not going to be his friend. You know, I like people who are outgoing, who are fun, who are jovial, who like to talk and hang out and party. So I rock with everyone, you know? So if you are in the mind of you want to separate from white people, because it's a whole group, a community that think that white people are evil, and their goal and their objective is to separate. And that community, please follow me. Please help me. Because what I think the core is that you have racial pride the same way I do. Right? You love black people. And you're tired and you're sick of all this stuff happening to us, right? But what we need to do, we got to have cohesion. If you like, because y'all, I'm on social and black people is straight up about, y'all even see it in the comments. They be like, why you marrying a white person? And I always laugh because I be like, yo, it was a fluke. I like dark chocolate 6'5" Mandingo brothers. I like chocolate, okay? It was a fluke. And so, listen, I'm not even going to call it a fluke. Everything happens in divine order. Since I was a little girl, I know I had purpose. But for all these things happening to me, I wouldn't be inspired to create change. So all that's being said, I got to get ready to wrap this up because I know I've been talking too long. I've been talking 25 minutes on this one. What I'm trying to say is this video is what happened to Quawan Bobby Charles. Can you please subscribe, leave a comment, look for future videos. If you know anything about the death of Quawan Bobby Charles, please comment or inbox me. You can, you know what? Also, I will link my Instagram. You guys follow my Instagram too. My Instagram is on here on YouTube. I'm getting familiar with YouTube, guys. I'm not like a old school YouTuber. I'm a new YouTuber, so I'm learning about YouTube. I think somewhere on about you can find my social. So follow me on Instagram if you don't mind. Yeah, this is the 20th key, and this is Reunite Sandy Speaks.
Jogging, killer center, he had Sandra Bland's and Trayvon Martin's. If when you kill us, your family was a target. If your children was orphans, will you have compassion the next time you approach us? Yeah, we fed up, this is built up. Your city up in smoke, homeboy, we had enough. And I ain't Tyson, riots of violence heighten the climate. I'm saying you smack me, I'm punching you in your iris. Retaliation is prescribed in both Bible and Quran. In the matters of the slang, see an eye for an eye, especially if the Justice Department do not comply.